Morning guys, Beast here. Morning coffee has now become mid-morning protein shake. Got my workout in, thought I would wander out here and update you guys on what's been happening on the AdvBus. Now, this is gonna be a bit of an overview. I'll probably break this up into a couple different videos talking about, I think, seating. We're gonna do insulation and just an overall update. Now, if you want more information or you want more detailed videos, I've got lots of filming done while I've done these videos. If you want to know the ins and outs and the nuances of building an adventure bus or you're thinking about building a van, let me know in the comments down below, and of course I can break it down into a very specific sort of installation video, seating video. But for today, I'm just going to give you guys an update on what's been happening. Come on. All right guys, well, the biggest change to the outside, besides the walls and the windows, which we covered a little bit in an update, but is framing in the RV door. Getting rid of the Skoolie bus door was top priority ever since I bought this. If you guys have been following this since the beginning, you know that when I was looking for a van, I really wanted one that had a proper van passenger door, so that the passenger, I could have someone sitting next to me. I could actually see out of it, see oncoming traffic. And so some of what you're seeing is a combination of that. So I couldn't pass up the deal with this adventure bus. It did have a sort of school bus door to it. Put in some other shots. And so what I did is I framed in this RV door. Now this is a dent sale. Honestly, it was just a local RV place around here in Central Oregon. They had this sitting in their garbage can because people get tiny little dings in them and they, chuck them and get their insurance to put a new door on. So somewhere around there is a little gray-haired lady who's probably got a brand new RV door. I got this for $50. As long as the insurance company didn't need it, they were happy to sell it to me. Those are hundreds of dollars new. So that was the first big score. The other thing I knew when I walled this up is I knew I wanted to be able to see through it, and I wanted the passenger to not feel claustrophobic. So we've got a small, I think it's 12 by 21 or 22 CR Lawrence window in there. It also has a slide, and of course I'll be putting some shots in. I decided with the size of the RV door to end it at the next step. So this has 2 steps to get into the bus. So the door was originally at that elevation, the front face, but I decided to frame it in at that top step. So again, 1.5 inch 060 steel tubing was all the framework here, and that becomes my top step. If you look at the shape of the van, that side skirt comes down and it finishes about there. So down the road, what I'll end up doing is probably cutting most of this bottom step off and putting some sort of electric or manual step that comes out right there. But that way I gain that ground clearance. Any of you Skoolie guys know you're going to lose your ground clearance because it's one of the lowest spots is right here on the school bus door so you can get in and out. I've since added just a little bit of traction material from your local hardware store. It does have a reflective surface and it's been holding up really well. The other test that I'm doing right now is, you notice this is all silver. I'm using a product called it is Eastwood's Rust Encapsulator. This is their Platinum Edition, and that is the silver color it comes in. And I wanted to see how it did without a top coat. And honestly, so far, really like it. I've done several different rust improvements and painted over this thing when I first got it, and I'm leaving this out as sort of a test bed so that it's exposed. But let's walk right in. Again, standard RV latch. Eventually we'll probably put an RV lock on there so I can have a remote access. The other thing that gets me is a huge amount of airflow with a screened in section. The only thing this door didn't come with is the little slide that covers this lock. So if you guys watched an earlier video, my Van Expo up at Mount Hood, I actually used just a little piece of cardboard to keep the bugs out. So eventually that'll be an easy sourced thing online. But proper, nice steel. It is bolted in several spots. Let's go inside and take a look. So the original top frame, hopefully this comes out. It is a little bit dark in here. Was part of the original door. It really added a lot of structure to this. So you can see some of the 1.5 inch steel tubes here, the actual RV door in here, and then I've got some poly-si with some expanded foam in there. I may be redoing this because I really did not enjoy how this sort of window formula worked on here. Initially you use it so that it doesn't bulge out sections, but it did that anyway. I was able to reuse this sort of dust cover This initially was the sort of dust seal to the bus door. I've since just trimmed that down and allowed it to go around a lot of the bolts, and I'll put in some photos as I talk here. I've got it bolted in here at several sections. I know it'll be hard to see in this light, but it is bolted top, bottom, and then of course I've got a piece of 16 gauge steel to extend that step all the way out to my frame, and that gives me a big platform. It will be insulated, and then also support for my passenger chair. This is a temporary piece of wood here until I do a final wall installation, just to hold the inner lip. But this window will be obviously filled in the entirety. It is a sort of double section. You've got multiple locking positions open, but that gets a little more fresh air, and as well as the passenger doesn't feel claustrophobic. And then as far as the driver's sight line, I'm able to see out this window, and now I'm going to be able to see traffic there. Before that, you'd have to very strategically place the bus's nose so that you could see that there wasn't any traffic coming onto your right. All right, guys, now that's sort of a quick and dirty of exactly how we did. Again, as I talk, I'll try to insert some photos. But the importance of having this RV door is huge. One, it gives me a proper lockable safety door. It has a huge screen, so lots of airflow that we can have this locked without bugs coming in. A lot of my early tests with the bus, the bus door, the sort of school bus door, egressed so much dirt. It was not a good seal. So every time I went down a dirty, dusty Oregon back road, like everywhere I go, it would just fill the inside of the bus with dust. So lots of different reasons to do that. If you can source a cheaper door for $50 like I did, that's way better. Otherwise, you can get some more expensive doors. Other manufacturers make specialty doors for sort of overland rigs. I chose the RV door. It's insulated. I know I can get windows easily for it. I can change things out. It does have a deadbolt. I will be adding multiple deadbolts to there and adding a little more security to it, because you can obviously put an axe right through sort of RV doors. They're not built bulletproof. But we're going to be beefing it up from the inside out with a couple more locks, just for security reasons if we ever do traveling outside the US. But let me know in the comments below if that covered all your questions. You've probably seen the pictures. This has been Wandering Beast. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you down the road with more videos.
Thanks for all the love and support. You guys are amazing. Please like, share, and subscribe. Follow the adventure on social media, and we'll see you on the road.